Hi, I'm Manuel.
And I'm Pauline.
And we met on Greece Tech Connection. Well, obviously, I had the desire to meet someone, to build a family with a partner. But I used to go to churches where there were probably just 20 members or maybe 30 members. So after thinking about it and being encouraged by a couple of friends of mine who told me that it is a fair thing to do, to go on a dating website, and also close friends of mine told me that they know many people who met their partners on dating websites. So I gave it a try, and he is my partner.
So I joined Christian Connection. It was my second time of going on, and I joined because I wanted to try and be proactive and I guess give one last opportunity to see if I can meet someone. I was very kind of prayerful about things and was starting to accept that actually I'll probably be single forever, but I was like, I'll give it one more try and see. I'll give God the space to work through this means if he so chooses. Music was really important, and culture in the sense of like arts and what have you, but also my love of the Bible and theology, and trying to get that in a way that didn't make me sound like a nerd. So we both like a band, and I wasn't sure about including that band because they're not particularly Christian, but then I thought it was important to be kind of honest about the mix of things that I'm interested in as a Christian.
Yeah, I remember working hard, trying to be balanced, being truly spiritual, but not lecturing people. So we both love Christ and go 100% for God and everything. But at the same time, we have passions, we have hobbies, leisures, and we want to show that because it's part of our life.
And so what really interested me about Manuel's profile was that there was just so many lovely crossovers. So we both had like a love for New York, which is random, had similar music tastes, and also in terms of kind of theology, there was enough of an overlap for there to be some common ground, but also some distinct things like names I'd never heard of, and so that kind of intrigued me.
We remember she waved first and then I messaged back first.
I remember waving. I remember looking at her profile thinking, oh, this guy sounds cool. And I was like, oh, he would never be interested in me. Like, I asked my mate, like, should I wave? And she was like, yeah, go for it. And I was like, all right, then fine. And so I just waved thinking like nothing would come of it. And so it is hilarious, but actually it's worked out really well.
As soon as I saw waving, I responded immediately. Yeah. I saw her picture and I thought, wow, she's beautiful. I'm not going to waste my time, you know? So
we were messaging?
Yeah, exactly.
So we were messaging for a couple of weeks, and I think I was like, this is great. But then I was just like, I don't just want to spend the rest of my life messaging. And so I was like, let's meet. And then Manuel had like a mission trip.
Yeah, it was funny and it was scary at the same time because I remember seeing your profile and messaging you, being in communication with her, and I thought, yeah, I want to meet that girl. I want to meet that girl for sure. But when you offered the possibility to meet, and then I had to tell you, in 2 days' time, I'm gonna fly to Cyprus for 19 days.
And I thought he was making an excuse. I thought, oh, he's just politely trying to just let me down really gently.
Well, I was clear in my message, telling you, please, I want to meet you. Just wait 19 days and I'll be there.
So we went to the cinema. We went to go and see Avengers Endgame, the first. Infinity War, whichever the first one was. So we met in central London to go to the cinema. Before the cinema, we met for coffee, and then after the coffee, we had a really nice drink in the pub.
And after the cinema, we didn't know what to do. We were in a situation where things went well. We were happy, but it wasn't enough for a second date. I thought we need more. So I asked you to continue the session and go for a drink.
And it was great. Brilliant. Yeah, it was really good. So the first date was amazing, and I was like completely surprised, and to be frank, like horrified. I was like, oh my gosh, this actually might be like the one. I was just like completely surprised and hadn't expected it. And so I sort of prepared myself on our second date with all of these questions that I was going to grill Manuel about in terms of like children, I can't remember what else, like going to Barcelona, all sorts of things. Even like being in an interracial relationship. I had all these questions ready, expecting that he would like give all these answers that would like prove that, oh yeah, no, this isn't as amazing as I think it was. But he was amazing, and like his answers were just so incredible. And I remember on the second date, like we just talked for ages, and I remember like being able to tell him things that I just hardly tell anybody. And yeah, like I was like, fair dues, all of my questions answered, all of my like fears and concerns answered. This is the best that I could ever possibly want or imagine. And I was like, yeah. And also, and he then made a joke. We were having a drink on our second date, and he was like, oh, you know, one day I'm going to be your husband. And I was like, yeah, you probably are. And he was right.
Well, it wasn't a joke.
No, it's true. It's truly being serious.
Well, it was a kind of joke, but there was some element of truth behind the joke. Yeah. It sounds a fast story, but to be honest, we never approached each other trying to be so fast.
Yeah, that's true.
So my plan was, I meet someone in 20, 30 years time, probably I will ask her for a second date, something like that. But it went so different to what I thought, to what I guessed, assumed, that I was completely surprised and somehow amazed. Yeah. So I didn't expect it at all.
So we had pretty much from the second date, we knew that we wanted to get married. And so we met in talking online in like March. We met our first date in April, and then formally engaged in September.
You weren't surprised because you assumed, you were sure that I would do the proposal at some point.
Yes.
So probably you weren't that surprised, but I never told her on September the 1st, I will do that. So in a way, we knew that would happen, but we didn't know exactly when.
Yeah.
So it was a kind of surprise.
Yeah.
But
the actual moment, I was like, it's happening now. That was cool.
Yeah. It was in December, 3 months later. And it was amazing. Yeah. Beautiful, emotional. It was spectacular. She arranged everything, she prepared everything. We worked together, but part of her job is preparing or developing events. So you did it very well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would describe our wedding as like, it was a time for like family and celebration and worship. We were so thankful that God had blessed us in this way, and our families were so happy because we're a little bit older than we're older, and we met like in our mid-late 30s, just turned 40, and so our families have been alongside us through long seasons of singleness, And so the wedding was just like, there was just such a joy and a celebration. They were really, really happy for us. And then just so thankful to God for blessing us. And so that was a big thing about our wedding. And also we tried to mix kind of the different cultures. So we had lots of traditional dress from the part of Nigeria that my family are from. We had paella from Spain, just to try and like kind of give people a sense of these two cultures coming together. It's been a massive adventure. So we got married. I moved to North London to be with Manuel. Manuel started serving, then COVID happened. We had a miscarriage. Then during lockdown, got pregnant, so we had a daughter. So we have a nearly 1.5-year-old baby. We've moved quite a few times. It's sort of like everyone's dealing with the kind of post-pandemic situation. And now we're sort of in Spain trying to build a mission over there as well. So it's been an amazing roller coaster since being married. Like, it's been one adventure after the other.
So, summarizing, we have had an intense relationship, an absolutely, utterly intense relationship. The first 2 years of relationship were like paradise. Life was sweet, and then COVID-19 came into the game, and things changed dramatically. Amidst COVID-19, we had a memorable day going to Richmond with our daughter. That was absolutely beautiful. The day she was born was absolutely emotional, incredible, such a gift.
My advice is just to give it a try. I was not a fan of online dating. I think, if I'm being completely honest, like I viewed it as like, this is just like medicine. Just hold your nose, do it, and let God work in it. Like, it might not be particularly like fun. It's very administrative, but just give it a try. I think my other bit of advice is, if you do start talking to somebody, meet as soon as you can. Because I think what is great about Christian Connection is that it just opens your pool up. So there are more people that you have access to. There's still probably the same amount of people that you're compatible with, but you just have more chance of maybe finding that person. But the sooner you can meet, I think you can kind of gauge whether that person might be for you, because you don't want to spend like months and months like messaging back and forth. That's not a good use of anyone's time.
Sometimes it's different. Sometimes you have to give it a try, and you see that the person is kind, is good, has good intentions. You may think that you haven't seen any rainbow over the sky, but then don't wait for that kind of magic thing to happen. Just work, give it a try, give it a second try, and at the same time be balanced. Don't waste your time just giving opportunities when nothing happens. So you have to be balanced. That's what I would say. Sometimes you don't know that the one is going to be that person at first, and you have to give a second opportunity if you see that there's something good in that person. And then on the third date or fourth, I don't know, something will happen and things develop. I say this because we are a kind of sci-fi generation that tend to think that we will see and we will know that he or she is the one because we will see a kind of rainbow, or we will see stars floating. And sometimes it doesn't happen that way. The reason why I gave it a try is because I saw that it worked. In other people. With other people. Some friends of mine are married, and they met their partners through dating websites. So that encouraged me to give it a try, and we love to do the same.